بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. Before we start, inshallah ta'ala, I want to make mention of the previous question that was asked. And Imam Bukhari, rahimahullah ta'ala, look at his fiqh, rahimahullah, he has a chapter, Bab al-Haraq al-Hasir, liyusaddid bihi dam. Put in a leaf or put in something over the body in order to stop the bleeding. You put that over there, and you'll put something hot over there, and it is one of the means to stop bleeding for the previous question. So anyway, that which we left off on is sniffing, using those medications to aid you, and by way of taking oud al-qis, and it may mention of those things that it aid. So now, inshallah ta'ala, we come to the 11th chapter. So the 9th and the 10th chapter is about the same. We come to the 11th chapter, Bab Ayu Sa'a Yahtajam. This is very important. What time is suitable for the cupping? Sometimes for the cupping you can't wait to the time that is the best time because of the sickness. But if you can, then wait. And the reason why we alluded to it, the best time is, like we made mention of the woman menses, that she should have a 21-day diet after her menses. That 21st day, she should do cupping right before her menses come on, because that's the best suitable time. Why? If she have that proper eating, she gets the body fluids in, she get the thing that produce blood. After the 7 days, she heats it up. The third 7 day, she treats the kidneys, right? By eating those things that tonify the kidneys and do those things that will remove emotional imbalance by tonifying the liver. Then her menses will be painless. A woman shouldn't have to go through all of that pain to the end. So, but very few people take advantage of that. So anyway, this is also the best time for men to do cupping, or the women. Why? Because we say for the women, her blood is already stored in the kidneys, ready. But if it's not enough, she get back pain because the kidneys trying to gather more blood from the heart, but it's not enough. So she get those cramps and back pains because she's not eating right. And also right before the onset, her emotional state is not right. So anyway, that was a side point and something to aid. And the reason why I try to give as much details as possible, because that which motivate me to get involved in this field is because we had two scholars that are well known for their knowledge. Sheikh Muhammad ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah and Sheikh Muqbil that came to this country and we wasn't able to do anything. And I remember the people that visit, not personally, but the people want to go visit Sheikh Muqbil rahimahullah. He had the best chef. Well, guess what? Even if you have the best chef, if he doesn't know how to cook based on your sickness, it can kill you. They're not the Imam of this Masjid, Hafizahullah Ta'ala, or our beloved Rahil Siddiq, one of those brothers, they made mention, and Ibn Qayyim Rahimahullah Ta'ala made mention of this, that ignorance will kill you. The proof of that is that what Sheikh Ubay Hafizahullah Ta'ala made mention on his lessons that he gave the man that killed 99 people. He got tired of that sin. He wanted to make Tawbah and get closer to Allah. So he went out. Is there any Tawbah for me? No. What? Killed him. How you gonna tell me I can't repent? Killed him. Speaking without knowledge gets you killed. Same thing during the time of the companions. They were traveling, and this is something that we have abandoned, traveling. For all of the married people, they travel. The Prophet ﷺ says that traveling is a piece of the punishment. Why? Because it prevents you from your true eating, sleeping, and drinking. But if you finish your obligation while you were traveling, meaning out of obedience of Allah, then hasten home to your family. We only think about one thing. Yeah, let me hasten home. But you don't leave the money so that when you do come back, it's ready. You don't leave the money so she can take care of what she got to take care of and also take care of the children. But yet when you come home, you're surprised. Who are you to blame except yourself? Like our beloved brother may mention, don't blame yourself if something happened. If you didn't say your afkar, you wanted to be neglectful, not say it, and get protected from, and seek the protection from Allah. So, they traveled, and he had a wet dream. And it's something that is beneficial for us. It happened in history so that we can know how to protect ourselves or aid ourselves if we're in this circumstance. Right? Some people, and it comes in a fatwa. What happened if you have a dream? What dream? You complete your fada. That's in our fatwa. And we shouldn't feel shy about that. Sheikh Salih Fawzan says, shyness about asking about your religion is not the true shyness. Because the woman wanted to know about the excessive bleeding. Who did she ask except the Prophet ﷺ? She didn't ask anybody. She asked the Prophet, the one that was capable of answering her in the most precise way. About excessive bleeding. What is her situation? What does she have to do? So, these questions and the reason why also we teach medicine is because certain things you can't discuss. And certain things that people that have problems, you don't want them to go to the kuffar. So if they're able to go to the Muslims, you can aid them. And they can be safeguarded. So what happened? He had a wet dream. The answer is yes, inshallah, but we'll talk about it. So, we had a wet dream. What dream is, first of all, we may mention of fluids. Just bear with me one, because we want to just present it to you so you can be able to aid yourself. And it's best to aid yourself, like the Imam just made mention. Do ruqya over yourself is the best way. Stop relying on people. And from the tremendous hadith that he made mention, that they try to find a cure, nothing cured them. But when they recited Al-Fatiha, it was the most precise cure. And it brought them happiness. Let's pay for that. وَمَنْ آتَاكُمْ إِلَيْكُمْ مَعْرُوفٌ فَفَاكِئُوهُ. Whoever does good to you, then you will hasten to compensate them. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَجِدُوا فَدْعُوا لَهُ. Or كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. As the hadith come in Bayhaqi and Al-Albani authenticated, that if someone do good to you, you hasten to repay it. And if you're not able to, then make supplication for them. So, you want to be able to do what? Treat yourself and keep your modesty. Because certain things, if I touch your hand and your hand is cold and it's hot in here and you've been in here for half an hour, I know some of your problems. By Allah's permission. But I'm not going to tell you. I just might ask you something. You might confirm. You might negate. But one thing, I know your hands is cold. So it indicate a lot about me that I know about you. So I can aid you. It's a trust. I can't go out and spread it to the world. But if you learn it, you'll be able to aid yourself and protect yourself from being humiliated in these streets and being taken advantage. No, that's an example. But even if you're warm. So what? The Sahabi had a what dream? So, what do we do? Do I make wudu? It killed them because they gave him the wrong answer. But if someone is having this happening to them, or dripping in of urine, we made mention of it, but I think most of everybody went to Mecca when we made mention of it. And that is, you use something that is naturally sour, because it prevents your body fluids, your essential body fluids from leaking out. So that means diarrhea, that means sweat, that means, what Allah says in Tawfeeq, before it get to that stage, the fluids before it get to that stage. You want to prevent that. So you have to know what to take and how to aid yourself. And if you have questions, you can ask. Y'all with us? So anyway, we come to the cupping. So the best time is around the 21st day. And then after that, because it says, Bab Ayyusad Yahtajam Wahtajam Abu Musa Laylan وحدثنا أبو معمر وحدثنا عبد الوارث حدثنا أيوب أن إكرمة أن ابن عباس قال احتجم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو الصائم. This comes in Sahih Bukhari that the Prophet, while he was fasting, he had cupping done to him. But there are different types of cupping that we're going to make mention of. And also the next chapter, the chapter of having cupping done to you fi safar, wal ihram. That what are the suitable times or the best times or the times that you can have it when you are traveling. When you're traveling, you need that. So if you're traveling, you can be able to get cupping done. That's excellent. You need something to rejuvenate you, to replenish your body fluids, to aid you. There's nothing wrong. We need it. Especially we need things to memorize the book of Allah, to ponder over the book of Allah. Sometimes some of us, we can't concentrate. And we know that from the hadith that the Prophet ﷺ informs us that what? Shaitan, he runs through the blood of the children out. His main job is to keep you tired. So one of the hadith, it comes what? If you are yawning, then try to suppress it. Why are you yawning? Because Shaitan, either you are tired or Shaitan trying to make you tired. We have another hadith, what? If you are in the salat, he pushes gas or air in your backside. So do not come out of the salat until you hear or smell something. He pleads with us. He always trying to keep us down. So it's a struggle to be healthy so we can worship Allah the way He commanded us to worship Him. It's a constant battle. But the Prophet laid down a lot of things that aid us. When you go to sleep, what happens? No, before you go to sleep, there's a tremendous hadith in Ibn Hibban that says no Muslim does this or preserve this except that he will enter paradise. And it gives rewards to the end. But the description is that it's easy. But no one preserve it except the ones that Allah make easy or give them the Tawfeeq to preserve it and to uphold it and to remember and to ponder and reflect on it. Because it says, Shaitan will come to you after every obligatory salah and says, Udhkur kada, Udhkur kada. Remember this, remember that. Oh, I left something on the stove. Oh, I left my keys in it. You remember everything. But the bottom line is that Shaitan playing with you. Why? Because he don't want you to say that which is easy, that if you preserve it and you die upon Iman, you go into paradise. And that's to say, Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, Wallahu Akbar, 10 times after every obligatory salah. No one makes you forget except Shaitan. He busies you after the salah. And you have to say Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, Wallahi Akbar 33 times, but Allah Akbar 34 times. No one makes you forget except Shaitan. It comes to you at the time of salah and make you sleepy, so you don't say that. So why you don't preserve it and enter paradise? So he's always fun. He got tricks that keep us busy from that which we're supposed to be focused on. So then when you go to sleep, what happens? Then the Prophet tells us what's going to happen to you. 3 knots are tied. Right or right? But when you wake up and say that adhkar, one is untied. When you make wudu, one is untied. When you make 2 rakats, the third is untied. But he wants you to sleep late. Why? Because it can say, oh, evil soul. But when you wake up and you do what you want to do, oh, righteous soul. Is that not medicine? And you see how you talking about knots, right? But the knots is in the back of the head that we're going to discuss if we get to about headaches. He want to keep you down, keep you lazy, keep you unmindful, not concentrating. You can't concentrate on a Qur'an. You pick up the Qur'an, something always busy you. But use the method that the people doing the job. When you get here, turn that phone off. You better not cut it off. So if you can do that at your job, you can't do that with the Qur'an, don't pick it up. Ahl al-Ilm, they gave us, not only do you have to memorize the Qur'an, review the Qur'an, but Shaitan comes to us and he plays a majority of us. You gotta review the Qur'an, you gotta review, you gotta review, you gotta review, you gotta review. What? So you don't memorize the book of Allah. You just busy with reviewing. You've been reviewing for 15 years, 20 years, same thing. He wants you like that because the more he keep you down, the more you're going to be dumb, right? You ain't going to elevate in your iman. So we got to have a time to review, time to memorize. And Sheikh Sulaiman, he says, and a time to review. So utilize that time between those two, when you call it and when you establish it, utilize those times just to review, just to read your Qur'an. That's just for your reading. Y'all with us? And you'd be surprised how much good that Allah will open up for us. So anyway, get back to our discussion. Because nothing makes us more happy except getting that nourishment that's going to keep our hearts alive, right? So anyway, he used to fast when he was fasting, and also when he was traveling, he was in ihram, right? Also, to be cupped as a treatment of a disease. Y'all with us, right? Y'all with us, right? People think cupping is easy. It's not easy. And remember, some people think they can get cupped one time and that's it. It doesn't work like that. Y'all with us? It's easy to get in shape, but to maintain it, right? It's easy to get married, but to maintain it. How many people say, I've been married to my wife for 40 years. Nowadays in Philly, it doesn't mean you've been married for 20 years. It don't mean nothing. Why? Because of the disease, right? I must have that person. So you abandon that 20 years. It doesn't mean nothing. I need this. So anyway, cupping is not easy. Anyway, what type of cupping? We have fire cupping. We have the cupping that we know you let the blood out. Right and right. That we all know. When you let the blood out, as soon as that blood come out, first of all, the toxins go to the skin. And when the blood comes out, all of the bad blood is removed and immediately good blood comes in. That's the benefit of the cupping, how we do it. Whereas the Chinese, they do both, but they mainly rely on dry cupping, so it just invigorates the blood within it without removing the bad blood. You can use both treatments, but you're going to see that sometimes you have to combine it. Okay, so we have fire cupping. You have a cup, and you have to use probably 90% of alcohol. And you have a lighter, and you have a lighter, and you have those long scissors with a cotton ball. Just dip a little bit. You light that. Now you want to take the torch, put it in a cup, put it in the body is right here. Watch the patient. Put it in a cup. Put it on the body. That's fire cupping. That's fire cupping, and it doesn't harm you at all. Don't get scared about the fire. It doesn't harm you. And then you have sliding cupping or moving cupping. When you have the cupping, this is the person back. So you'll use the torch. You'll use the torch to put the fire on there. But first you'll put like grape, grape oil or some type of oil that helps invigorating the blood and stuff, right? And you'll put that on the back lightly. And then after that, you use the fire cup and put it in there and put it on the back. Once you put it on the back, right? Here go the spine. You want it closer to the spine. So, from the sunnah that the Prophet used to start from what side? The right. So you put it on the right side and you hold it and you slide it from the top all the way to the bottom of his lower back before you get to the glutes, right? Once you get it here, you slide it over and go up. Slide it back down, go over, up, like that. You keep doing it like that. That's called sliding or moving cupping. Okay, and we're gonna make mention the treatment that you use that for. And then you have the needle cupping, where you put the acupuncture and the point. For example, this is the heart. This right here is the lung. And also, even if you don't put the needle there, sometimes you can press right there. That's the lung channel. You're weaseling, you massage that. Just massaging that dip. Right? Or you can put the needle there, right? Y'all with us? So you'll put the needle there and you'll put the cup. Of course, you're not going to put it there because it's not going to work, right? But you'll put it on the channel where it's going to work at. You put the needle in and then you put the cup over top. That's needle cupping. And then you have the needle blood cupping. You have the needle, but first before you put the needle, you slice the skin slightly. Put the needle there, then put the cup. That's potent. Because not only do you have that needle on the acupuncture point, but also you're removing the bad blood. You stimulating the blood and you're removing the bad blood. That's the most potent. That's like muttafaqun alayh. With us, you can't get nothing more authentic than that. You with us? And then you have the blood cupping that we know. You slice it. And then you have the retained cupping. You pump the cup and you keep it on there. You don't do nothing. You just keep it on there. That's the dry cupping. So, inshallah ta'ala, we may run through about 15 or 20 diseases. And what's the treatment? Cold. The treatment for common cold, the treatment is every other 2 days. And 3 times for a period of 1 treatment. Every other 2 days, once every 2 days for a period of 3 times for 1 treatment. We have asthma. Once every 2 days. So if it's once every 2 days, you can do the dry cupping and the blood cupping that we know. Or you can do just the blood cupping because it's every 2 days. 10 times as 1 treatment. Y'all with us? Then you have a stomach duct pain. This treatment, I'll tell you, is divided into several treatments. And then you have for constipation. The treatment is the moving cupping. What is moving cupping? What's moving cupping? Everybody want to make it that fast? You slide it, right? And that channel that I just gave you is the bladder channel. So you want to use that for constipation. It's going to relieve it. So the moving cupping, once a week, 10 times as 1 treatment. Once a week, 10 times as 1 treatment. Y'all with us? And then you have diarrhea. Once a day. 6 times for a complete treatment. And then you have headache. And we're going to talk about headaches. Sliding cup. I'll tell you. You're going to use the sliding cup method twice a week. 6 times for 1 period of treatment. twice a week, 6 times for one treatment. And then you have a stiff neck. The stiff neck, can you stand up? A stiff neck, coming around here for us. The stiff neck, face the wall, barakallahu fikum. And you're not getting locked up, right? This is Allah and Yahfadana. The stiff neck, you want to put a cup right here, another cup right here, but the small cups. You're going to put another cup right here, another cup right here, and a cup right here. You leave it on for 15 minutes. The stiff neck, by Allah's permission, will go. If not, then you have to massage that area. And then we have, but sometimes it can come back, or you want to make sure, so it's once every 2 days for 3 periods for a period of treatment. So that treatment right there depends on the severity of the stiff neck. A back pain, once a day, 10 times for a period of treatment. The lumbar or the lower back pain. Can you come here, barakallahu fikum? The lower back. So here's start the glutes, right? So here, you want to put a cup right here, and another cup right here, and then one on the spine. Or you can put a cup here, and a cup here, and then 3 cups underneath it here.
So that's the waistline.
Yes. So, and you keep the cups on for 20 minutes. Twice a week, 10 times for a period of 1 treatment. So the lower back is also going to take care of the sore knees. Because both of them you might have at the same time. Then after that you have sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerve, you're going to do the needle cupping and the retained cupping. 20 minutes. 3 times a week, 6 times for a period of treatment. And then also you have cupping for menstrual disorder, chronic inflammation of the pelvic cavity, postpartum treatment. After a woman have a baby, right? She's going to have pain. So we made mention of one of the best things to do, keep her out of cold environments. Have dates because it warms the body. Increase the blood circulation. Y'all with us? Y'all with us? And also any type of liver. Any type of liver, because it gives you energy. Gives you energy. And that's something that those vegans, vegetarians, whoever they are, those people that think that they're doing good, they always are deficient in protein. The best amongst them, they always, because they don't have meat as their source. And there's no supplement for meat except meat. You with us? And the marriage plus lamb. Y'all with us? I hope you caught on to that one, right? Children malnutrition. It's cupping for that person, huh?
What about those protein supplements?
وأنا آكل لحم. Listen. All of that, people don't understand it. All of that, you married, right? Keep it up. Keep it, just keep it, just keep it. If you love her, you're going to find ways to keep her. And that diet ain't going to keep her. It's just a side joke, If she's righteous, she'll aid you. Anyway, that veggie or whatever diet, it produced cold. Remember we said in medicine, the woman is the yin, she's the fluids. The man is the fire. He gotta light it up. So, kale, spinach, broccoli, all of that stuff is what? It's cold. I thought you were the fire. So what happened is when you have too much cold, right? The liver attacks the stomach and you get nausea when your emotions is not in balance. If your emotions are not in balance and if it attacks the spleen, then you vomit or you have diarrhea. Because why? Too much cold in your system. Your stools got to come out how? Solid. Right? And the liver is also responsible for making sure you have a smooth flow of blood, a smooth flow of energy throughout your body. And it got to push the blood in those areas. The liver is responsible for that. So that's why they say when you eat and you upset, it's dangerous. And you can't make love when you're mad. You gonna beat up? Come here. That's what them rapists do. Them suicide. That's what they do. They have a problem and they beat them. Well, you still ain't gonna do nothing. So, that cold, I don't care what you get, because you're not treating it right. You with us? So, الظلم ظلمات يوم القيامة. So anyway, children malnutrition, and also with those children, they always suffer from these type of because their system is weak. They should keep garlic in their system, but the right way, because they got to come to the masjid. The father should bring them to the masjid, right? So in the right way, you see what I'm saying? Because it kills parasites. But also, the Rahmani is the best thing for them. As one of the person to buy it for me, he says what? When I have that and I drink it, I'm always hungry. Or it encouraged me to eat. But if I don't drink that, if I don't have it, I don't feel like eating. It could be a long hours. Also, cupping is used for children, diarrhea. Also, children wetting in the bed. And when I was growing up, we really don't understand that sometimes children have a problem, especially before they're about to go to their second stage in development, children. Some of them pee all the time. Pee. So we've been raised up, beat them. And they pee even more. Why? Because what? What did we say? We forgot something, right? We gave emotions, right? Sometimes children pee a lot because what? They have a type of fear. And if they have a type of fear, what is the climate that your kidneys hate? Cold. So what? Your kidneys can't warm it up, so you're going to pee. I don't care what you do. Pee. You're going to pee. See what I'm saying? Because you didn't recognize the problem. So by you beating them too, you just increase the pee. They really going to pee on you. You see how ignorance it does from all aspects. It's harmful. And then after that, you're going to get your children to what? To hate you. To run away. They got a problem. You want to beat them because of the problem? Y'all with us? So those type of things, you want to give them cinnamon to warm the body. And also cherries. Why? What flavor is cherries? They sweet, but also they got another property. Sour. So it's going to prevent them fluids from leaking out. Same thing with a person that have wet dreams. Constant wet dreams. Constant wet dreams. Or someone that's dripping. Like the people that chew cot. They drip a lot. It's a leaf. But the wrong leaf. So it's also oral cavity. Also facial acne. Cupping treats all of those, but there's more things that cupping treats, but that's just the foundation. So anyway, cupping was done on the head of the Prophet alayhi salatu salam. And also he got it on one side or both sides. So now I want to talk to you about headaches. And don't forget, headaches. I want to talk to you about headaches. It's real important. You can get a headache on the forehead, top of the head, half of the head, or on the side of the head, right? Or on the back of the head, or the whole head. You can get a headache where? First, forehead, top of the head, half of the head, the sides or the temples, right? And the back or whole head. What did we just say? You can get a headache where? Forehead, top of the head, half on the sides or temples, the back or the whole head. Remember we said the back. Remember said when you go to sleep, he tied them knots. One of the channels for having a headache is the kidney. The kidney is the root of the energy. And it's amazing how the Prophet ﷺ says he tied knots in the back of your head. That's the source of your energy. You can take all of the water you want to, but if your kidneys can't heat up, you finish. And I'm amazed at some of the things that people tell you to do, you know, during the summer drought. Oh, you gotta drink water. But as soon as I put it in it, it goes out. So I need to put what in my water every time I drink it? Something sour, cherries, lemon, right? But what is the excessive point that I have reached? I can't do what? Can't close my fist. It's too much sour I'm doing now. I went over the boundaries. Y'all with us? So, tell you, the headache on top of the head is due to blood deficiency. But I want you to listen to the cause. The cause for blood deficiency is improper diet, blood loss, underlying kidney deficiency, causing a depletion of the liver blood. The liver blood when you go to sleep between 11 and 3, it has to store the blood. So you must be sleep between 11 and 3. You must. But it's best to go after Isha. Y'all with us? Tayyip? So 11 and 3, you gotta be. Because if you are up or you thinking, it's taken away from your blood. So that's why when people ask me, they say they have back pains, I always ask them, well, do you work at night? Because by doing that, your back pain, it takes away from your knees and your back. You don't have enough blood, so what? The heart can't supply those areas, and now you have been pain. Because the liver have to put the right value or the right amount of blood in the heart. But it can't do it if you're not asleep during that time when it's stored in the liver. Can't do it. And that's why, a side note, you may not understand it. That's why we say diabetes is a liver disease. Why? Because you have blurry vision that's affecting the liver. Night blindness. You sweat at night. It's not enough fluids in the kidneys and the liver. Diabetes is a liver disease. So one of the reasons why you have it on the hair is deficiency of liver blood. So you're going to have dizziness, dry eyes, blurry vision, night blindness, insomnia, weak nails, floaters in the eyes, numbness or spasm. Why you have numbness? It's not enough blood to nourish that area. That's why you have numbness or tingling. You with us? Scanty menses flow. It's not enough. Her menses come on, but it doesn't last that duration because she doesn't have enough blood. Very dry hair and skin. Depression. And a feeling of aimlessness. The cause, a diet that is poor in nourishment or lack of blood forming foods. Like we said, the liver, any liver. Any root vegetable like beets give you that blood. Y'all with us? So, what happened is it weakens the spleen, which in turn cannot produce enough blood. When there is not ample amount of blood produced by the spleen, there will not be enough blood stored in the liver. And then also another cause is emotional stress. La taghdab, la taghdab, la taghdab. Do not become angry. Emotions such as sadness, grief, can deplete the liver blood directly. Emotional stress may lead also to blood deficiency. How you know you are deficient in liver blood? Some people, they experience dizziness. Barakallahu feek. Lay down. Lay down. When you lay down for a couple of seconds, come on up, and you get up, then you know you're deficient in liver blood. You know what to do. Kibda, the liver, it gives you blood. Going to sleep. Between 11 and 3. Dates give you blood. And the mamlaka is full. You see how Allah blessed them from many avenues. They don't have to depend on them from nothing. You want to cut off the oil? Cut it off. We still teaching the Tawheed. Every school you go in, you can just drop your child in there. They want to be raised up upon Tawheed. Even if they start to stray a little bit, come in your country, teach them English, they're going to correct you. They're going to come to your Madir. You got to get him out of here because he is disrespectful to our religion because they wasn't raised up that way. I might have slipped, but you ain't going to destroy my religion. I witness it. Man, come on a compound, blasting that music. They stopped him. A young white guy from Canada. Stopped him. You can do whatever you want to on your car in a low tone while you're on the streets. But when you're on the streets, you want to cut that down. They ain't religious, cut their beer and all that stuff, they're lazy, but they've been taught that Tawheed. And they're going to defend it. You went too far. 62-year-old white man at that time from Canada, all he's talking about and teaching them English, woman and wine, woman and wine. They went to him. You got to replace him. We can't have him. His English is good, but he got to go. So Allah blessed them because they made Tawheed their main objective. But guess what? Allah allowed and decreed that what? There's going to be people that's going to support that Tawheed. So you need the knowledge and you need the support. And you need the strength. That's how our communities have to be built upon. Otherwise, they can wipe us out. Y'all with us? Another type of, and we'll stop here because we won't be too long and I'm too long. Another thing is that when you have it on top of the head, it is, you have the irritability, pain in the head, dizziness, red face, red eyes, a bitter taste in your mouth, bitter, dry throat, a ringing in your ear that is loud. If it's soft, it's from the kidneys deficiency, but if it's loud, it's from the liver. Ringing in your ears, but it's loud. Disturbed dreams, bad dreams. You don't have to tell us about the dream, but you're going to have bad dreams if you have that, right? Tayyib? Vomiting. But the vomiting up of blood. What is the cause? Repress emotion. Your emotion, you don't let nobody know. You keep it in your chest. And that's the worst form. We call it liver fire. It's like fire. Your liver's on fire. The proof, your eyes are red. You snappy. You get mad. Right? Because it's boiling in the inside. So much that it stagnates the energy. And that fire, it burns up the fluids that's in the liver. Tayyib? Anyway, a lesser one, and we'll stop. A lesser one is lay down, Barakallahu Feek, lay down. You cannot lay down. You have a headache, and when you lay down, you get more throbbing. Boom, 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 boom. So you can't lay down. You have to sit up. Sit up, Barakallahu Feekum. Sit up. You sitting up like you sitting up in bed. You got to put your pillow. You got to put your pillow up. When you do like that, you feel better. It's because of the deficiency of blood, but it goes to the second level. The other one that I said, the liver fire, that's the third level. So if it's on top of the head, you distinguish it by two of them. Is that if you lay down and you come back up after a couple of seconds, you feel better. You feel no dizziness. That means you're deficient in the blood, right? And we already told you what you can do, but also you can use a formula, inshallah. The other one is you try to lay down and now it's throbbing. Boom, 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 boom. So the only way you get a relief, if you prop your pillow up like you're on bed and sit up, you feel better. Tayyip? Are you with us? And that deficiency is because the liver blood is real low. And why is it? because of the repressed emotions. We ask Allah to aid us. We'll stop there, inshallah ta'ala. We want to answer this question, inshallah ta'ala. Inshallah ta'ala, if it come in book form, inshallah ta'ala, be better because you can read it and you can go back and there'll be a formula for you. Also, there'll be other things that if you can't get the formula, you can get the natural organic way. You had a question, Barakallahu Feekum.
What was the cure for the repressed feelings and repressed emotions?
Islamically, to seek advice for somebody of whatever you're going through. The other thing we may mention that Aisha, the Prophet used to talk to Aisha. That's the best time. You know how the kuffar, they come home dinner time, that's their biggest meal. You got to be at the table. If it's from old school, you got to be at the table. If you 5 minutes late, it's no dinner, go upstairs and wash your hair, because that was family time. That's when Pop said, you had problems in school? No, you had no problems. You know, Kathy called me. They used to call the teacher about it. You know, Kathy called me. Now you shaking. You know what's up. Yeah, Dad. Yeah. You know, but with us, it's after Isha. We see that Sheikh Muqbil rahimahullah ta'ala, after teaching the people, he used to go home. He used to go in the maktab and he used to teach Fatima, his daughter. Then after that, he used to come home and he used to eat. While he was eating, they was discussing, but he was like preparing for class. He's discussing. Give me that book right there. Yeah. Yeah. No, give me that book right there. Yeah, put that back. So you got to discuss. But, you know, for us, if the people of your students, and if they don't understand it, don't do it that method, because the woman, she get real vexed. She'll go off on you. Put it down. The phone, the book. she want to see, because she wants you to talk to her. She wants you to talk to her. And that's all a woman wants you to do. And if you do it, you got extra surprise, but your attention is not that, you know. We'll talk about that later, off mic.
How many? I think I read something that you're supposed to eat 7 dates a day.
That's in the morning time.
So in the morning time, you're supposed to eat.
But we talking about talking to that which you love.
No. Also, about the blood. Like when you get that first blood, the bad blood for the good blood, when you cupping, what's like some of the virtues that do, putting that new blood in your body?
It rejuvenates your whole body. No. Because the toxins go to the skin, and when you cut it, it comes out. But for the Chinese, they use the dry, so it only invigorates it. It makes the blood go, but the other one is faster. But it all depends also sometimes on the sickness. Someone said, I have a condition with my heart valves and regurgitating, and the other word I don't know. Can I get dry cupping? Yeah, you can get dry cupping, but it has to be the thing. Regurgitating. Just listen to me. If you, most of the time, and it can be all of us, and some of us, because I had it. The reason why I know is because I suffer from cold in the stomach. Right? But alhamdulillah, by Allah's permission, of course I was lazy with the treatment and things to the end, but by Allah's permission, I don't have that problem. So the last time that I was here, or 2 times before I was here, the Imam gave me a cup of hot water. When I drank the hot water, it went away. I get so bad that I can't sit. I only can curl in a position because I gotta get warm. I gotta put a blanket. Or sometimes I gotta eat, or I get better when I vomit. That's a treatment. Sometimes I tell people, sometimes if they're suffering from the headache, if I know what type of headache, sometimes I play with them, it's time for you to be intimate. To be intimate, the headache goes. It goes. Sometimes when you vomit, it goes. You see what I'm saying? And also it speaks about that in Kitab al-Siyam. So You just got to know the treatment of it. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, when you have excessive cold and you eat cold things, it harms you. So now the cold, the effect of the cold is going to harm. The number one thing is the liver, is to make sure that the energy flows smoothly throughout your body. If it's excessive cold, it can't do that. And then if you have emotional imbalance, or let's say, for example, you give the khutbah, and your khutbah is fiery, you're raising your voice, and you're getting on the Muslims for Allah's sake, and you're warning them about the danger, and you're getting on them, and then you eat, you will have excruciating pain from when you ate that food all the way up until Fajr, until you vomit. Nothing, anything you try, it will not do anything until you vomit. Or you regulate that emotions. Because the emotion, what? When it does that, if you vomit, it's attacking the spleen. And the energy is rebellion. You have acid reflux. You can't lay down. You can't do nothing. And the more you get upset, the more it flames up. So sometimes, or most of our problems, or why we can't recover, is because we're not regulating our emotions. And the number one thing is to talk to someone that you care about and you respect. To have a dialogue, a healthy dialogue. To go get advice from your Muslim brother. To go get advice from your mother, your aunt. That's the best thing that's going to aid you. The Prophet ﷺ also, when he used to be worried and have, that sadness, he used to make salah. To make salah. And then outside of that, there are formulas that you can do that it will aid you tremendously. That we may mention of the milk and outside of the milk. There are things, but this person, inshallah ta'ala, I can send to a person that is reliable from the males. If it's going to a female, or if it's for a minor, to their parent, I can send a symptom chart. And based on the symptoms, I can match it up with your tongue and a few follow-up questions, and then I can tell you a formula that is suitable for you if you want to. If not, then a diet that will be suitable for you. And if that is, then inshallah ta'ala, that which will be suitable from the religion that will aid you tremendously. So we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to allow us to continue to make dua and to be upon righteous, so that we can have that good life, and that with our trials and tribulations, that He make us firm, and He allowed us to get closer to Him, and to overlook our shortcomings, and allowed us to die, and He is pleased with us. Wa sallallahu alayhi wa nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasneem kathira. Akhna da'wan alhamdulillah.